There we go. Hello, hello. Good evening. I hope you're doing well on this, the very 1st of August of 2026. A year. Let's just say it's been a year so far. Like I said, hope you're doing well. Personally, if you were here last time, I kind of mentioned I had a weird dream. Some kind of had the weird feeling of just something bad coming. I still have that dream for some reason. I think my brain kind of latched onto the fact that I was actually almost remembering a dream, and now it's just taunting me with it, making me... It's just messing with me. So, I'm not on... I haven't had a lot of sleep. So I'm a little bit tired in the head. Very recently got off from a work shift, so I'm also very physically tired and kind of pushed into a little bit mental exhaustion. So basically, just the perfect state of mind to try and solve a few puzzles. Here in Outer Worlds, out in space, oh space. You know what? Vote me for President of the Earth, and I shall be your very benevolent dictator, and mostly benevolent dictator, and I will get us, make sure that we aim for space exploration. I mean, sure, we don't really understand the physics enough to be able to actually travel anywhere so far, but I'll put us on the path. Don't vote me as President of Earth, that will just end badly for everyone. Anywho, Outer Wilds. We had some very delicious progress last time. We actually managed to land on the moon, of course. Before we landed on said moon, I did overthinking, as I am wont to do. Because we read through the ship logs, the rumors, and kinda, for some reason, I got very stuck on the shard on Brittle Hollow, because that said it was a part of the quantum moon. That specific shard was a part of the quantum moon, so I thought that was very important. Turns out it wasn't. And that combined with the rumors where they said that, well, you look at the moon and it's there, then you look back, you look away and you look back and the moon is gone, which we have seen a few times, brought to mind the Tower of Quantum thingamajingies over on Giant Steep. You know, I never thought actually having watched Doctor Who would help me solve a puzzle in a game. Because, you know, the Weeping Angels, they kind of work on the same quantum magic as the quantum moon here. Look at them, they don't move. Look away, they come for ya. Same thing here. But yes, it took the prodding of a friend to just take a picture of the freaking moon. And it was that easy. I probably could have landed on the quantum moon from the get-go if I knew that, but yeah, we managed to land on the quantum moon, met Solanum, who is both alive and isn't. Schrodinger's Solanum? Because there was you always end up on the South Pole when you go to the moon, and there's a Nomai corpse there. And Solanum is just there and kinda thinks that she just got there. I think she's been there for a very long time. Well, there's just me. Anywho, puzzles or mysteries in this game. We have two so far. Getting to the actual eye of the universe, we can get the moon to go to the quantum moon to go to the eye of the universe. But when we go to the South Pole and meet where Solonimus, she says that what we see in the sky is kind of what the quantum moon is reflecting of the eye of the universe. But if you go up there, we just end up on where we landed on the moon, basically. So if I got in there from Timber Hearth, I go back to the Timber Hearth state of the moon. And if I tried to snapshot me pictures with my camera, my scout camera, I just end up behind Solanum. So I've been given that some thought. I was very, I don't want to say gung-ho, that's not really the... So I got it into my head. Let's say so. Let's say like that. I got it into my head that I needed to get the freaking tower to kind of teleport around, because we threw the scout camera inside the tower while it was circling the eye of the universe, and if we turn around and then, you know, we made it teleport, it ended up somewhere where there was just open space on the moon. Or what I assume is the moon, it must be. And I kind of latched on to the idea that that's what I had to do. I don't think that's gonna do anything though, because that feels... Everything else in this game has kind of had something pointing to it. But it's a... When you look at the path you took to get there, it's a very well laid out and kind of visible path with very just do this, and you're there. This feels like when I was trying to get up to the Black Hole Forge districts by jumping on the broken tower. That didn't work. Kind of feels like that. Like there's nothing to actually hint me in that direction, so I don't think... I think I should just try and put that aside. Still leaves me with how do I get to the eye of the universe? I think one thing I haven't tried is just take a picture of me while I'm standing there and then try to jump into the thing. I want to try that. I don't think it's gonna work though, because as far as I know, I am not a quantum entity. I mean, sure, I get quantum entangled with the tower while we're teleporting to get there. But I'm still not a quantum being, as far as I know, so I don't think that'll work. I guess we're gonna have to go back to the ship log and read a lot of things. Again! Ah yes, there goes the orbital probe cannon. With the probe that is searching out the eye of the universe, the location of the eye of the universe. I also searched for the location of the eye of the universe. I found it. I used a planetary body instead of a drone. They did find it, right? We were up there and we kinda... Yeah, I think so. Anywho, let's try that thing first. Let's see if we can find the moon, because this will be a quickie. So where do you think the moon is today? Last few times it has actually kind of been here at Timber Hearth, but it doesn't seem to be so this time. You think it's at Giant's Deep? Where's Giant's Deep? Look, there's a moon. Perfect. Whoop! We are crashing into Timber Hearth. Let's not do that. Let's keep... Oh no, the moon went behind Giant's Deep. Should be fine, right? Should be fine? Yeah, we're still looking at it. No. No. No, no, no. Target the moon, please. There we go. That's a beautiful picture of what I assume is the quantum moon. We'll just do this. That counts, right? That's gotta count. No, I'm just gonna take another picture. Yeah, that's a moon. Slow down a little bit, don't have to. And then we go in. Oh! Well, we damaged the cockpit, that's fine. We can just repair it. Okay, so if I wanted to go to... See, there's what I assume is Solanum. Hello, ship. It might not be. It might actually be a few corpses. Because we found that one sitting up. We found one lying face down. And Giant Steep is better than the path I usually take, because you can just go here and then summon the tower from here. See? Yeah, I usually go Timber Hearth, then Giant Steep, then Timber Hearth. That's a long way around. This is much faster. And then again, you don't always... You can't really choose where the moon takes you. Not I. We want Timber Hearth. That's where we want to be. So we need to get into the North Pole. And then we summon a tower here. Perfect. We actually got here first try. Now we go to the other universe. Did I actually look to see what was on the North Pole in Dark Bramble? Just brambles? Okay. You know what? Okay, no, there's no path there. Click, click. There we go. Like I said, I don't think this is going to do anything. But I gotta try. If only because the only other thing you can do is go read. Hello again, Solanum. I mean, you haven't mentioned anything about maybe we haven't posited the right question. Time loop. Do you know anything about the time loop? Let's see, let's get a nice... See this? There's me. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think I see anything about a time loop in here. So, that's the eye of the universe. It's just a wormhole. Nope. Okay, so that's the same. Well, had to try. So what do I do to get into the actual eye of the universe then? Also, same question about the Ash Twin. Because from what I remember, the Ash Twin is it just me or does it feel a little bit darker here this time? Probably just me. The Ash Twin is physically sealed, according to the ship rumors. So I don't think there's any actual way in. So maybe just like... Oh, where? No, let's go to Timber... I hope my ship is still on Giant's Deep. Otherwise we might just, you know, go to the Ash and Ember Twins and jet back into the sun. Might be what we have to do. Yes, no. I don't want to take Solanum's shuttle. I don't want to be on the north... You don't want the tower to be on the North Pole, please. Oh, that's perfect. So maybe it's the same as for the Black Hole Forge districts, where you had to teleport inside. And I don't think I've seen any other teleporters. That's the problem. There were some talk about the Ash and Ember Twin being so close to each other that they kind of shared the same portal. My ship is not here. And I'm fairly certain you sat up last time we were here. Right? Fine, to Ash and Ember Twin we go, out into space, and then into the sun. And only from the rumors that I can remember, there was something about time dilation thingamajig in the high energy lab, but I don't think that's gonna help us now. Yes, going to the sun. Yeah, see, the moon's right below us. Something they could stretch time between the teleports by a nanosecond or something. Well, that doesn't. I'm playing with black and white holes. They did create the teleporters on the Ash Twin based on the black hole, white hole thing they did on Brittle Hollow, right? If so, that would mean that the Ash Twin is the black hole and all the other planets are the white hole. They're not black holes and white holes, but they're equivalents. Which would mean... So you can only go from black to white and not from white to black, would mean you can't teleport into the Ash Twin? No. Nah. Nah, okay, let's take a look here too. Able to land on the surface, yes. Found a dead nomai, yes, near the South Pole, in various, you know, body placements. Slalom landed shuttle, prepared to make the rest of the journey on foot. Always arrive at the South Pole, sure, we know that. Shrine wonders, yes. Recall the quantum rule of quantum imaging, yes. An image of a quantum object is a quantum object. That makes it stable. As long as it's observed, it, you know, it. If you observe a quantum object, it is fixed. The rule of quantum entanglement, yes. That helped us while we were... Rule of quantum entanglement. If you're standing on a quantum object and you kind of immerse yourself in total darkness, you become entangled with the quantum object and so move with the object, as we have done with both the tower and the moon itself. The rule of the 6th location. The shrine must be on the North Pole. Yes. Okay, so there's nothing new there. Gravity cannon. Generates a strong upward gravity field. Recall the nomai shuttle from the quantum moon. We also went into the shuttle on the moon. And kinda accidentally called it back and couldn't get back. So that's nice. Tower of quantum knowledge. They built and remembers final route to explore the 6th location. Yeah, the shrine must be on the moon's node. Yeah, that's solved. The pilgrimage to the quantum moon was a deeply significant journey for the nomai. After the two groups of nomai stranded on between a brittle hollow were reunited, the final visit to the quantum moon. That's all done. Strange rock. It's the same signal as the quantum moon. The quantum moon is malleable. It kind of changes appearance based on which planetary body it orbits. What did Salam say about the... Did you say that the eye of the universe was the same? Does that help in any way? Can we... We can't... Can we bring something to the quantum moon and fire it into that hole to make it fix? No. I tried to fire my... No, I don't think so, because I tried to fire my scout camera in it and it was just automatically recalled. That would suggest that I cannot throw items into there. You know, this was on Giant Steep. The other quantum shards have other lessons to teach. And we kind of have all the rules here. As far as I know. Strange new moves when you're not watching. Feels like all of these just kind of leads to how to get onto the moon. And not... This is just hints on getting onto the moon. This is learning how the quantum objects actually work. Theorize that when a conscious being is in contact with a quantum object and ceases to observe his or her surroundings, the being can then become entangled. But yeah, that's the entanglement rule. The moon locator, sure, I don't really need that one. I just blast out off into space, look around, and go for it. So the moon itself travels to a total of 5 locations. Or a 6th one, but then you have to be on the actual moon. Yeah, that's on Brittle Hollow. Warp there from the White Hole Station. This is where they first recreated warp technology. Everyone know my warp tower is tuned to a specific astral body. Yes. And I'm guessing this is in orange, so it pertains to the Ash Twin project. Yes, we figured out how those work. To use a tower, you must be standing on the warp platform during time alignment. Yes, it says here, white on black, literally, exactly how to use the warp towers on the Ash Twin, but I was just too stupid to realize. Figured it out eventually. A few were broken, some work. The one to In-Between works. The one to Brittle Hollow works. There was another one. Wasn't important. The sun station. Yeah, it's this one. Designed... It was designed to make the sun go supernova, but they said they failed. Find the sun station had no effect. And then they were more interested in the interloper. And according to an on my computer, our sun has reached the end of its natural life cycle. So the sun station, if that computer is correct, did nothing to the sun. It's just dying. The White Hole Station was used as a model for these towers, which were built for... yeah. So the White Hole Station came first. Hello, Beta. Welcome in. I am enjoying the game so far. I'm just trying to figure out the two maybe last things. And I'm not sure I have the mental capacity to get to it. It is extremely fun to play, though. I gotta say, being just sure the 20-ish minutes loop to do stuff can be a little bit frustrating at points. But it does make for a... at the same time, it's a nice little... it's nice, gives just the right amount of pressure to get things done. I'm not explaining it good. But it is nice, it is good, it is fun. It is... it's filled with mysteries. Warp Tower's alignment point is now this warp receiver. Rather, a warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body. Warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body. And the center of Ash Twin is kind of where we need to go. Is there actually a teleport to the Ash Twin then? Warp receiver must be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. Hourglass twins are so close together they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between. Oh no. Okay. No. Then. You seem rather close to the end. How long have I been playing it? Ooh. Actually, we can take a look. 28.5 hours so far. It's a good amount of hours. It's a medium length game. Kind of the perfect amount of length. Although, it probably would have gone a little bit faster. I get really stuck at some points. It took me forever to figure out the Ash Twin warp towers, for instance, or the Black Hole Forge districts, and not to mention the Quantum Moon. But it has been a thoroughly enjoyable journey so far. Okay, so this could have worked, but they are so close that the alignment point is shared in between them, which means even if there was a warp point to the Ash Twin, we would end up between Ash and Ember Twin. So that shoots the teleport to Ash Twin out. All warp towers, okay. We're being constructed in Ash Twin. Warp receivers are being constructed at different locations. So Ash Twin and Ash Twin doesn't even have a warp receiver, but we can teleport from Ash to Ember. Know my named Poke successfully forged an advanced warp core for the Ash Twin project. Finished it in 35, but you usually take your time to admire the landscape. There are some nice landscapes around here. I'm probably gonna be very basic. I think just planet-wise, I think I like Timber Hearth the most, but that's just because, you know, I like greenery and I like trees. But all the other planets are, at the very least, extremely interesting. Brittle Hollow is awesome in its own way, with a friggin' moon that just constantly hammers the surface and making it break apart. Don't have many good things to say about Dark Bramble, for sure. And Giant Steep with his friggin' tornadoes that just shoots the islands up into the sky. First time that happened, I had no idea what was going on. They've been very creative with the planets. It's nice to see. Feels like they really cared about what they were doing. Kind of shows. Advanced warp core. Advanced warp core. Wasn't there a broken warp core in the vessel? Which is still a thing, I think. Because I read everything in the vessel, as far as I know, but there's still the freaking Etch-a-Sketch thing that I haven't figured out. So I guess that's 3 puzzles. Ash Twin, Eye of the Universe. What the hell to do with the vessel? Giant Steep is your favorite because you love impressive, big and scary planets. Like Jupiter? That's kind of a big and scary place. Extremely large, extremely deadly. Maybe you're more of a Saturn guy. Or poor Pluto. There's also slightly longer warp windows that last roughly several seconds, sure. Anyone stepping onto the warp platform during the active window will be immediately warped, sure. Does this tell me anything? I mean, it clearly kinda shows the core of the planet, but again, Ash Twin doesn't have a warp receiver, So that doesn't help. Protective shell designed to physically seal off the central chamber inside Ash Twin. Yes. There we go. Check to ensure there were no longer any physical entrances or cracks. So we definitely 100% cannot get to Ash Twin projects without some sort of sci-fi help. Currently I'm stuck on teleporting. And as long as it's a planet or a star, you'll love it anyway. Oh. A person of culture, I see. Space is equal times... Well, no, it's more beautiful than scary. It's a little bit scary, all the things out there. But it is mostly just beautifully wonderful and just awesome. It is a shame that we are born way too early for space exploration. If we'll ever get there, but I have hopes. I have hope we'll get there in the end. Hopefully someone will invent some sort of stop aging pill before that, so I can at least watch us blast off into space. No, going to the moon or planets inside in the solar system doesn't count. Great statues. No, my statue lying on the beach, just like an observatory. Designed to pair with a single user, record their memories, send those to the storage unit in Astro Projects, mask. Astro memories back. And every time we peered into there, we saw 3 masks. Still think that's me, Gabbro, and probably Solanum now that we found her. They crafted warp cores and a black hole forge before delivering them to Ash Twin. Can I create a warp core? I was in there. I don't remember seeing any way to create a warp core, but if I magically figure out how to create a warp core, can I store that on my ship? Have I ever tried to take an item and put it on my ship? Is there an easily... Is there a scroll nearby I can just grab and try to get on my ship? Because if I could... Well, even if I somehow manage to create a warp core and then go to the vessel, I don't know how the vessel works. That's not gonna do anything. Right, Mr. Vessel? Have I been stuck on the Ash Twin project for a while? I guess I would say so. A few hours at least. I mean, didn't get much, wasn't able to spend much time investigating the Ash Twin last time because I managed to figure out how to go to the quantum moon. So I had stuff to do. But yeah, a little while. The vessel's warp core is long dead. I activated a 3-side pillar on the vessel's bridge that appears to be some sort of input device. I don't know what to input though. Okay, first things first. Let's go back to the Black Hole Forge. See if we somehow can create a warp core. If we can create a warp core, and I can store that on my ship, then I can maybe try and take that to the vessel and hope everything works auto-magically. That's my plan so far. Let's not crash into Brittle Hollow, thank you. We do not have the time to be repairing our ship. Can we see an orbital cannon somewhere? I know this works. This works. You can kind of see the campfire from there. Kind of. Yeah. Oh. Okay. This is what I want. So step 1. Raise the Black Hole Forge. Step 2, go to Ash Twin. Get teleported to the forge. Step 3. I don't know, I'm flying blind. Jetpacking blind? Raise the forge. Find a way back to my ship post haste. I guess I just go back the same way. Probably be fastest. Let's see, there's the path. Yep. Oh, but hey, yo. Take it easy now. Small steps. Walk along this wall, trying not to get headaches. Nice. Ship over there. Now I don't specifically remember which tower was the teleport for Brittle Hollow. We'll work it out once we get there. Just need to get there. The Ash Twin would be Interloper, Hollow's Lantern. There's the sun. No, not Ember. Ash. Yes. Right, no, accelerating towards target through the sun. God dang it. Oh. Don't trust your AI pilot. It wants to kill you. Come on now. I don't think a lot of towers have been unearthed yet. Yeah, we're getting there. I think it was the one next to the sun. There's the twins. There's the sun station. So probably here somewhere. Let's not land exactly on the equator because, you know. Then we just gonna get swept up into the sandstorm, and no one wants to get swept up into the sandstorm. Sun station teleport. Ember Twin. Might have a few minutes still. Whoop. This is Timber Hearth. It doesn't work because the teleport is broken. Do I plan on doing the DLC after finishing the base game? Eventually, yes. Not immediately, but eventually. Most definitely. If it's even half as good as the base game, I'm gonna have about the best of times. In short, yes. It is a plan. Where are my other towers at? Oh, there's one. Yes, I think you're Brittle Hollow. This looks familiar. The one kinda shaped like an arrow, but not. There we go, just gotta wait for the sand to get low enough. Play the sped up Song of Time, please. Well, this might take a few minutes. Cheers. Without spoiling anything, the DLC is just as complete and long as the base game. Okay, so what you're saying is that I am definitely in for a treat. So that just shot it up the list of things to play once I'm done with this, for sure. I have one other game I want to almost kind of have to get through but once that's done, yes. More Outer Wilds it is. I can hear the sand. Open. I should be safe here. You just have to stay staring up into the sky. And wait for the teleport to take me where I want it to. I guess the window kinda looks like the Black Hole Forge. A little bit. If you look at it. Whoop! Well, we got there. I was gonna turn around so that the big thing was at the bottom. Okay. Do not use my jetpack here. I learned that the difficult way. I crashed down into that district. Meltwater district. That wasn't fun. I have stuff here. I can probably just take something and see if I can put it on my ship. Okay. Somewhere in here, they created a warp core, and if I wanted to create a warp core, that's an hourglass on the table. And you know, to be honest, this doesn't look like much of a forge. Oh, this is the device Solana was using. Really doesn't look like much of a forge. There's black hole core. Return to the forge shortly. Yeah. I've read this. Yeah, okay, so yes. White hole cores, receivers, black hole, yes. The tower designs in the high energy lab on in-between reveal each receiver's location. Yeah. Yes. You know, I don't think I can make I don't think I can make anything here. This isn't... This is just reading. There's no fabrication to be done here. Suppose a flaw in the warp tower, the warp towers on Ashwin will never activate because its warp receiver will never align overhead. So yeah, can't use a teleporter to Ash Twin. So how the hell do I get into Ash Twin? I don't think about it. It's just warp tower's longest point is its receiver does not know that a warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body. Yes, okay, but then they've also said that, yeah, so close together they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between them, which doesn't go to either one, even if there was a warp tower somewhere else. But we can still teleport from Ash to Ember using the warp towers. Yep, that's the thing we had there. It shows that, ooh, if you stand in that window, you teleport, and then you don't. 4,000 Ash windows. Each tower has to be perfectly aligned with the central precision. You can deviate a little bit. 5 degrees. Slightly longer warp window. And you know me, or anyone else, stepping into a warp platform. So don't step if you don't want to teleport. Yeah, but this doesn't help me make a warp core. Why you call the black hole forge if you don't forge anything? Also, how did Poke create the advanced warp core? Sorry. You cannot physically get to the Ash Twin. There's no warp into the Ash Twin, no teleport into the Ash Twin. Which kinda leaves warping as the only other alternative, but we are not technologically advanced enough to have discovered warp, because we're just exploring our solar system. And everyone is dying because of the sun. Which does point to the vessel. But again, I don't have a warp core. I can't make a warp core. And this is just tower, right? Yes. Wait, so the tower... Meltwater district is down there. Where does this go then? Oh. Just up here. Well, I can take some jetpack fuel. Actually, did I get to use this one last time? I'm not sure. Well, no writing on the wall. Scary visuals doesn't help. Yes, you just don't want to write anything. Well, at least I know where this goes. I've been wondering that for a while. My ship is 7 kilometers away. I have no way to get it back. I'm stuck on Brittle Hollow, because I can't get back to the Black Hole Forge district to warp back to the Ash Twin. So I guess we go die. I would love a recall ship function, but well, you think I can make it there? Probably need a lot of oxygen first. Remember when you didn't know what that was? The mask things? Yeah, it's mysterious, cool, and a little bit frightening the first time you see them. Just freaking three-eyed masks staring at you. Alright, I think... too much gravity. Yeah, we can recall Solanum's shuttle. That's not gonna do much. Hey, well, this looks like a high enough drop. Not quite. Almost, not quite. There we go. I could take the projection stone, I could take that up. If I put it in the usual thing that writes stuff on the wall, it didn't write anything on the wall, is there one of those freaking Eye of the Universe searching probe? On the one hand, I feel like I'm missing something. On the other hand, this looks kind of complete, but on the third hand, where are you? The weird, This one just appeared here when I found it. By accident, it wasn't there before. There's probably room for some more stuff that I might have missed. Orbital probe cannon. Push the orbital probe cannon above its maximum power setting to create the greatest chance of finding the Eye of the Universe, and they did. Right? Located a deep space anomaly matching all known criteria. Yep, they located it. I found all my coordinates marking the location of the Eye of the Universe. Son of a bitch. 3 symbols. I think I can draw all of these in the vessel, the weird vessel thing. Wait. So you kind of go wall, go up, then just straight down. Yeah, I can draw these in the vessel. Those are the actual coordinates for the Eye of the Universe, then? I am gonna write those down. Kind of like so and so. Let me just have a fun little thing like so, and then go up knee, and then wait. Yes. So that tells me I'm supposed to use the vessel to get to the Eye of the Universe. That's all well and good. But I need a warp core? Because the one on the vessel is broken? And I don't know how to make a warp core. How in the hell do I make a warp core? Also, that doesn't help me with the ash twins at all, Are there locations? Are there coordinates for the Ash Twin somewhere? Can I use the vessel to get into the Ash Twin? No, that's just a teleporter. Because I could do nothing in the forge. You've been here for an hour? Time flies by. Time flies by when I play this game. Even when I'm stuck just flying around planets trying to figure stuff out. It's just good old wholesome fun. Now, I desperately need a warp core. That didn't bring me closer to the Ash Twin, but it might have brought me closer to... Maybe where did they... Maybe I'm not supposed to make a warp core. Maybe I'm supposed to steal a warp core from somewhere. Okay, ship, if you hang out here, you're not gonna crash into anything dangerous, right? Well, time is frozen while we check the stuff anyway. I was thinking, which is always a bad sign, about the high energy lab. Yeah, they could increase the negative time interval between arrival and departure by adding energy to the warp cores. And I could play around with... Oh, it's been so long since I was in there. Maybe there's a warp core in the high energy lab. Hello, Quantum Moon. You know what? It's worth a try. Let's see if I remember how to get to the high energy lab. First, I gotta land. Then I have to... Yeah, okay. Yes. The escape pod, that's gonna be perfect. We can land on the escape pod. Or, not on, but near. Shh, it's a perfect landing. Maybe not. Hey, ship, land. The sand has started to fall. We don't need to hurry very much, because we need the sand to be at a certain height to be able to get into the lab, if I remember correctly. That also took me way too long to figure out. So we go to the city. It's not the Hanging City. The Hanging City is in Brittle Hollow. This is the Sunless City. So we go to the Sunless City, we go to the bottom floor, we follow the cable, wait for the sand to rise. And then we quickly make our way to the lab. Remembering that path after all this time, I've walked here way too many times. That's where I want to go, so please light that up for me. Thank you. So let's say there's not a warp core that I can steal here. Where do I go then? And even if there is a warp core here to steal, it's wasting a lot of time. Because I gotta wait for this sand to fill up. And then you gotta take the warp core, gotta get to the vessel, gotta input them coordinates. That's gonna take a long time. They didn't have any other factories, I think. There's only the forge that is not a forge. I don't even remember what's inside the high energy lab. Rise faster, please. I'm on a mission. A little bit faster. I can soon force my way through there, just patch my suit a little bit. Hopefully. Okay, not yet. Gotta wait a little bit more. A little bit longer. Stupid sand pushing me down. There we go. Now run. And was it this way? I think it was this way. Kinda had to go around and around. Not that way. Oh no, am I lost? Nope, here we are. I hope. Yes. Up there is danger. Was this really the path? This does not feel like the path. Or maybe it feels like the path. Ah, nice. The Ashwin project is the hardest puzzle in the game, so don't be discouraged if you struggle a little bit. I struggle a big bit. Warp cores. There are warp cores here. Ooh, do we want a black hole warp core or a white hole? I think we want a black hole to teleport from. Does the warp core on the vessel really look like that though? Yeah, this was just playing around. I'm just gonna steal one of you, and I'm gonna see if I can put you on my ship. Just go. We read everything here. Now, ship, where are you? On the other side of the planet. Because of course. Why wouldn't you be? I wonder if it would be faster to go to the Ash Twin, teleport to Ember Twin. No, it wouldn't be. Because I still would need to make my way to... Also, there's a very short window where I can actually go inside the energy lab before the sand fills up everything. I can't seem to put it down somewhere. If I just... And then I'm still holding it. Okay. To Dark Bramble we go. Which, of course, is on the freaking edge of the solar system. I don't even know how long time we are in this time loop. Because it's not like we're on Giant's Deep where we can have a timer. Oh, let's not crash into Dark Bramble. Thank you very much. That was a little bit too much speed. Yes. I was a little bit too eager. Come on. Come on. Okay, sure, you're under time pressure, but just remain calm. You will only do worse if you try to rush this. Yeah, get control over the ship. Ugh. So much for getting control over the ship. That one. Let's not get eaten by anglerfish, please. That one. You're almost. Okay, panicking because I heard him. We're going in here. Yeah. I think we're safe. We almost got eaten by an anglerfish. You're not an anglerfish. There's the escape pod. Now where are your... There they are, your blue little things. Ship, stay. I need you to stay, and not float around. Oh, okay. That scared me. So I can just put out my scout launcher. He'll just put the warp core down momentarily. So I can't put the warp core on my ship, but I can run around with it. It's good because we're gonna need this. Bonk. We're gonna need to fire it. Bam! Right there. And we go back to the ship. Get as close to that hole as possible, and then we're gonna have to go spaceman mode. Okay. And ship, this is where I dump you. Because every dang time I've gone in there with my ship, we've awoken the beasts. Because there are so many of them here. So many. Just drifts forward slowly. I don't know how much sound I have to make for them to hear me. What I do know is they hear the ship immediately. Always. Think I'm safe? Let's move forward. And there should be no anglerfish in here. You can just go for the vessel. Okay, chill. This way? Yes. Yeah, my warp core is quite a bit smaller than yours. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Warp core does not fit. Okay. Oh. I need to find something that looks like this. Balls. Well, while we're here, trying to control this and friggin' freeform mode. There we go. Okay, so there. Nope. Nope. There. There should be the first symbol. No! That's not what I wanted. There. We want you this way. Then we need a... Okay, yeah, that's kinda easily doable. There. I'm just trying to see if I can actually paint all the symbols. That would be the second one. And then this one is... Nope, not that way. We want... This is a little bit cumbersome. Especially if I have to look at this thing all the time. No. Ooh, this one might not work. Actually. Unless it's just I gotta hurry. This is the end coming. Then you go down there. Then like so. I mean, kind of. Oh man, this does not leave me a lot of time, because this is the sound, the music of the sun dying. I can just barely get here. And paint those, and then presumably warp. And then everything's gonna just end anyway? So I need to find another warp core, but I learned that I can hold items. Please don't tell me I have to go here first, get this, go back. No. But these are normal warp cores. The rumor said that Poke did create an advanced warp core. Where the hell did you take the advanced warp core? More importantly, can I go steal it? I'm just wondering about that last thing. Yeah, that's kind of the only way, because you need to go up left, up right, then straight over, then up right, up left. Yeah, so you kind of paint and use everything. Right, Poke. You forged an advanced warp core for the Ash Twin projects. Sure, all the warp cores were made for the Ash Twin project. That doesn't tell me anything. Where do I have to... Maybe I just have to go back to the Black Hole Forge, read through everything again, then see if they mention anywhere where what they did with that advanced warp core. Because it kind of feels like that's the thing I need right now. Is that the probe? Over there? Right there? Yeah, that's probably the probe going out of the solar system, yeah? Yeah. Brittle Hollow. We got time this time because it's gonna take the Ash Twin a little bit of time to unveil the tower I need. So this is where we are. We're desperately hunting for an advanced warp core. If you have no idea where it is. If we learn it, can we somehow in the high energy lab kind of no, because he did it in the... I was thinking, since there are two places for a warp cores to be put in there, one black, one white, white hole, black hole, chorus. Oh, that almost hit me. Good, there's the orbital cannon. I can use you as a landmark. Somewhere around here should be a campfire right over there. Get a little bit closer. This is good. This is good. Yes. Then we go again. I don't need to follow that path. I can just go walk down here. Ow. It's fine. I'll take a med kit once we're back to the ship. Oh sure, now that I'm not in a hurry, now I can travel fast by jetpacking and jumping. Yes, I do want to go to the Black Hole Forge. That's the goal. But I thought I recently read everything again. Did they? They didn't mention them. Advanced warp core. Did they? Well, they were talking about warp towers and... It was in the high energy lab where they discussed where to take everything. A lot about alignments. Ow, that's my head. Nope. Hello, I guess I could entertain myself while on Ash Twin to see how many instruments I can line up. I think my max so far is 3. I wonder if you can get all... Is it 5 or 6? I wonder if you can get all of them. Because every instrument does add a little bit more melody. It would be kind of nice to hear the entire melody. Okay, we are above the sun. Do not... No, I don't really want to go downwards, but sure. Yes, up is good. Up is very good. Whoop. Coming in too hot. But it's fine. Well, ship, I think you're going to Ember Twin. Sorry to say. Because you're kind of right in the path. Maybe? Ooh. Yeah, I think you're right in the path. There she goes! Oh, you're not even going to Ember Twin. Ah! You were caught in Ember Twin's gravity. Nice. I think? Okay, yeah, okay, you got caught back. Well, yep. Outer Wilds Ventures, how many can we get? Let's try and find one. It would probably be easier to do this on a planet that doesn't orbit the sun as fast as this one does. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we get all 4? No, because one is moving away. Poor Chert, just holding his concert all alone. And away you go. Okay, so this is not the best planet to do that on. Dark Bramble is the one furthest away. I wonder if I can do it from the Quantum Moon. Depends on which planet it orbits, I suppose. It's gotta be on a planet that doesn't currently have someone playing, or otherwise Giant's Deep might be. Yeah. This is not the tower I want. Neither is this. This is the sun tower. That's a sun station. What? Wasn't this one supposed to be the one? Or is it on the other side? Did I make mistake? No, because that's the twins. And this one is broken. Are they here? This is the one. Really? Oh, alright. For some reason I had it in my head that this tower was right next to this sun tower. I guess it isn't, because last time we did go past the Timber Hearth Tower, so I guess it's next to the Timber Hearth Tower. Which we might have to get to unless we get to that planet very fast. Zoop! Ah, alright. Here we are again. This time, just looking for something, anything, mentioning where they took the advanced warp core. I guess I can take the scribbles out here. In case this doesn't mention anything. Let's do a little bit of speed reading. You're taking them. Ash Twin. Black holes will go there. Leaving for delivery. Time to forge. Help him deliver first core. Of course you are. And white hole cores. High energy lab. Tower locations. Doesn't help. Flaw in the tower designs, receivers, alignment, receivers, goes together. Warp towers, shifts, alignment does not need to be exact, 5 degrees. Be careful when stepping on because you're gonna get teleported. Nothing there about an advanced warp core, so it might be in this little tablets. And I can't believe I actually missed this. This is where we get the writing on the wall. Good news, advanced warp core ready to be installed in the central chamber of Ash Twin. No, it isn't. Is everything well at the forge? Course durability could still be improved. Need more time. Ignore her, the core is finished. The only place they mention is the Black Hole Forge, but there's no advanced warp core in the Black Hole Forge, and here we are just gonna see some spooky masks. Again. So did the advanced warp core ever leave the forge? Because this kind of looks a little bit like... The advanced warp... I feel like I'm so close. I found potential coordinates for the eye. But I can't do anything about it because my warp core is too small. I need a bigger warp core. Okay, so there was nothing special about the table up there. They made the warp core here and it was ready to be delivered to the Ash Twin project, but I can't get to the Ash Twin project right now because I don't know how to get in there. So if the advanced warp core is in the Ash Twin project, I need to figure out how to get into the Ash Twin projects. There were warp cores in the high energy lab. Was I too focused on just getting a warp core and getting out? Was there something I could finagle into? Come on, whatever your name is, Timberharthian. You've seen the advanced warp core. You know it's kind of two inverted triangles touching each other at the top. Or I think it is. Kinda looks like it. And even if I had enough time to actually go to the vessel and get that thing, it's busted. So I don't think I can use that one. So what now? Take another look around the lab? That's all I can think of. Well, at least looking at the rumors did find me coordinates. I can write them into the vessel, so I do think I need to use the vessel for that. But if I also... Am I sure I don't have coordinates for Ash Twin then? It's just that. I didn't see any. This was all the only coordinates I saw. Wait, you're going that way now? Wait, does the probe go different directions? Because you usually don't go that way, I think. The hell? It was improved for installation, but they never said it was actually installed. Could still be around somewhere. No, I don't see anything that looks like coordinates for... keep me. The Ash Twin. Well, I know. Well, nope. I just don't know. I have no idea where to go. $500 meters a second is a little too fast. That's way too fast. Hey, no, 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 no. Perfect. Yeah, crash landing. No, that is not something I can draw. So say the high energy lab is a complete bust, which I kind of think it will be. Where do I go from there? Re-examine the probe station? The other question is, how the hell did I get into the other pieces of the probe orbital cannon? Because it was blown up to hell. I could land in one. I remember that. Was it from Giant Steep? Did I teleport up? I might have teleported up from the Giant Steep. From the shipyard thing. you. Let's not get skewered. They're really not another way in there. Apart from waiting for the sand. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Well, at least we haven't had a little progress. A little progress is better than no progress. Baby steps forward. No, gotta try and see the silver lining. Whoosh away. Yeah. No? Was it through here then? Yes. Was there anything around this cabin? No. Up there is death, but that only goes down anyway. Okay, a closer look at this place. Teleporter, core teleporter. Yes? Yes. Yeah, you arrive before you depart. Hulk isn't even in here. Diverting energy from the city to the black hole thing. 22 minutes and yes. Can increase by adding more energy to the warp core. Yeah, but yeah, the whole Ash Twin project controls that. So that's not anything I can do about. New energy and warp technologies together. Yeah, would be Ash Twin. Yeah, this is just when they're talking about making the actual Ash Twin Towers. Between Ash Twin and each location, yes. This was just for experimenting. You don't have a white or a black hole in you. You're nothing. You're still not large enough to fit in the vessel, though. Exits the white hole just before he gets sucked into the black hole. Nope. I have no idea. The high energy lab has nothing for me. They're just talking about actually doing the Ash Twin projects and the experiments between the white hole and the black hole and increasing the time intervals by adding energy. It's all well and good. Hello, dear ship. Nice to see you. Oh, it's not my ship. Never mind. My ship is on the other side of the planet. So there's nothing there. They did create an advanced warp core in the Black Hole Forge. They talk about it, and they said they were going to install it in the Ash Twin, but there's no mention of it being installed there, but it's not in the actual Black Hole Forge itself. On the other hand, the Black Hole Forge is down inside the black hole, so maybe the advanced warp core is floating around in space between the black hole and the white hole station? Maybe we're extremely lucky and it actually went to the white hole station itself. Although I don't think so, because I have been through that station so many times. But even if so, wouldn't everything else in the frickin' black hole forge also have been sucked into the black hole? You wish you could help out, but that would be spoiling and backseating. Well, soon it is time for spoiling and backseating. Soon enough. Because right now I am feeling very stuck. Let's not... Whip. There we go. Let's take my ship inside the black hole. So at least I have some air. There's a lot of things falling down in that black hole. For example, there was a Tower of Quantum Knowledge. I found it once, I've never been able to find it again. You think that hole is big enough for us to fly through? I think so. I feel confident. It's just... Now, let's see. They can lock onto something that is 434 meters away. Is that just a thing? Why can't I lock onto you? What are you? You're just a piece of the thing. Oh, are you a piece of the old colony? Or... Ship, stay here, please. Inquiring minds need to know. Is this anything special? Or it's just... Might just be a building. Might not be anything special. Hello, interloper. Nice to see you. You're a very pretty asteroid. Yes. Getting some air in deep space. Well... That didn't help none. Anything else we can lock onto? A lot of things. Not sure if anything is worthwhile, though. We just get more and more of brittle hollow coming through. Oh, are you part of the... Ah, you're part of the surface path. There's the White Hole Station. What are you and why can I lock onto you? Can't even see where the hell you are. Where did my ship go? There's my ship. That was weird. Station, maybe. Feels weird that the core or anything would be here because you would have to wait so long for it to fall down here. I don't think this is the solution. Oh, Dark Bramble, you're getting a little bit closer. No, maybe that was just kind of locking onto... Yeah, okay. Kind of locking onto this piece. Ah, I see. Is that the quantum moon paying us a visit? It might be. Is it you? Me? No. It's not you giant steep then, maybe. So difficult to see from here. Ha, I have once again found the tower. I think. Yes. But this only kind of holds quantum knowledge for help getting to the quantum moon. And this is the only way I found to actually get into this place, because everything is broken. Yeah, it kind of feels like there should be one of these pieces here, but I've never found one. So if there is, and that thing that has information, I haven't read it. Now the sun is dying. Read that. Such a sad song. Just the sun taking its last breaths. Yep, they make the journey. Well, this is another... Quantum Moon is currently at Timber Hearth. Now it's at Brittle Hollow. Ooh. Oh, the OST is on Spotify? I might have to add that to my special playlist too. Sure, the pieces on... See, now the probe goes that way. Last time it went that way. To my right. What the hell? You're just like the Quantum Moon, you don't obey the time loop rules. Am I missing some information that I... some crucial information that I need? Or do I have all the notes? I feel like currently everything hinges on finding the advanced warp core and finding coordinates for the Ash Twin project. We have coordinates presumably for the Eye of the Universe. A statue in the probe tracker module automatically records each probe's trajectory and transmits the data to the Ash Twin projects. Again with the frickin' Ash Twin projects. That just helps with getting into Giant's Deep. This is just a more about the Eye. There were concerns that the probability of launching a probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small. Well, it just took 9 million tries, but you got there. 9,318,054 tries. Sources of distant signals. This is one of the first places we went. Okay, don't think I'm missing anything, I'm just not piecing it together, right? Of course! I'm almost 100% certain that this has to do with the vessel. Considering there are 3 things, the vessel has 3 sides and we can actually draw those things in the vessel. So I'm almost certain that has something to do with the vessel. Again, this has to do with the Eye of the Universe, not the actual Twin Ash project, Ash Twin project, but sure. The vessel doesn't work though because it doesn't have a warp core. Also, it's kind of in several, probably a lot of pieces. It's borked. Maybe it can still warp, maybe it can't. I don't know. Because I can't find a warp core to try. Now, Warp Tower's alignment point is not its warp receiver. Rather, a warp tower always aligns with the center of the corresponding astral body. Warp receiver must be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. Hourglass twins, close together, they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between them. The 6 warp receivers were being constructed at different locations. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 warp receivers. Ash Twin did not get a warp receiver. Yeah, you succeeded in making the 22 negative time interval. You know, it has been a while since I visited the moon. So why not? I don't have any other ideas at all. Because my mind is completely settled on trying to find an advanced warp core. But I have no idea where that is. I mean, with all the information we have now, maybe we can do something about the eye locator? Gosh, dang it. Land! I think you were at the South Pole? North Pole? Whatever. This way. Ooh, let's not go out into space. There you are. Okay, yes, thank you. There's Brittle Hollow. Yes, they were trying to find the eye of the universe. Yep, that's my experience too. It just, if you try to locate the eye of the universe, it just spins around because they haven't found it. But they kinda have, but I guess this machine doesn't know it. Nope. So this has nothing new. It just does this. Heard something strange. Okay, yeah, that's just feldspar. Yeah, we used that to find feldspar. Well, it was fun to see the moon again. Church Camp, Sunless City. I can't just take a... No, I can't make a warp receiver and put it on Ash Twin. I don't know how to make a warp receiver. I could pick up a warp core containing a white hole, but I can't drop it. No, I just don't know. We don't have any, no. We found all the distress beacons. Deep space radio? Hello there. Unknown, you say? Tell me more. $25,000 meters away, though. Are we allowed to go that far? Or will the ship just... Nope. Yeah, that's that thing. What the hell are you? This is not the first time I see you. Keep orbiting in a very wide around the solar system. I want to know what you are. So in short, I feel like the vessel and the eye of the universe are kind of linked. Don't know. Oh, I was hoping to try and get a frickin' camera shot of you. No, the scout's all the way over there now. Zero ideas on the Ashwin projects. Apart from the fact I can't get there physically. I need either teleporting or warping. But we can't make the warp work. Oh, I overshot it. I can't even get this thing on camera. Doesn't even show up. It's very camera shy. It's blinking. The hell is that? Hey! My camera was stuck to it. Satellite of some kind? 181 degrees. Okay. Hi. What are you? Error, map offline. What? I bumped into it. Does that mean I stopped it? I stopped it. Yes, what the frick are you? The wooden barrel satellite? It's gotta be Timber Hearthian. Kinda looks like their technology. Well, maybe error map. Are you... There you go. Deep space satellites. That's one mystery solved. Probably something Timber Hearth shot up, launched. You get maps. Well, my map still works. I guess that's one more mystery. I've seen that thing before. I never tried to match its velocity though. I just tried to catch it. This time, a little bit more patience. That didn't help me though. There's actually fun stuff to do with this? Oh. I guess we can go back because we kinda stopped it. See if we can interact with it in any way. Maybe you should start braking now, ship? Cause holy balls, your version of autopilot seems to be crash into, not just fly to. 200 meters a second, sure. 5 seconds per kilometer, sounds good. Forward just a little bit. "28 meters away." I already did the fun stuff. Okay. Oh. I can also destroy my ship. Let's see. Electrical systems. In the back of the ship, of course. Yeah, right. Right. I kind of thought I would bump it. I didn't. But yes, that doesn't really help me. It was a fun little distraction. Am I too focused on trying to find the advanced warp core? Should I drop that entirely? Is that just a hindrance to me right now? It might be a hindrance. So cool that the game app is actually the satellite in real time. It is. I'm guessing it's the map for when you actually land on a planet. Might as well check. Giant Steep, you're close enough. "32 kilometers away, though." Okay, AI. I know, little autopilot AI. I know I've been a little bit harsh on you, but come on, you can speed up a little bit. If we're 30 kilometers away, you do not fly at your target at 100 meters a second. That's gonna take forever to get there. There we go. A little bit more speed. Oh, big red giant sun. Now let's see. Giant's Deep is waters. Doesn't matter if I crash land. still have that map. Whoop. Alright, the gravity here was very heavy. So... Basically sealed off. It's nice of you to believe in me. At least someone does. I don't believe in myself right now. I mean, the Eye of the Universe thing, sure. Coordinates, way to potentially get there, get you working, need a warp core, but the ones we have don't work, so need another warp core, which I don't know where it is. Okay, leave that aside. How would one get into the Ash Twin project? I don't know. We can't go there. We need to either teleport in there or do something else. All the teleporters are on Ash Twin. The other planets only have warp receivers. There's nothing on the sun station, right? And now the probe goes that way. Stupid. Not time loop rule following orbital cannon probe. The fire at the sun station had no effect on the sun. They took a break to investigate the comet. Which I'm just assuming is the interloper. Down here. Black Hole Forge is suspended below the hanging city. Find a switch that raises and lowers it. Highest district in the hanging city. Folk plan to create a new advanced warp core in the Black Hole Forge. There's so many mentions about this advanced warp core. That's why I am so hung up on it. Orbital alignment angles are not exact, they only need to be within 5 degrees. Results in slightly longer warp windows that last roughly several seconds. Okay, no. I thought that maybe this had something to do if you stepped onto the warp in Ash Twin to Ember. Later, you kinda... Did I? Yes, I'm fairly sure I warped from Ash to Ember and then warped back. I'm fairly sure. But I'm not 100% sure. That's still just returning through a white hole to a black hole. That always takes me back to where I teleported from. That probably won't help me. Nope, we do not autopilot to Ash Twin. We never autopilot these. Because we have been flung into the sun so often. Well, there's the high energy lab. There's the escape pod. I think I came in a little too... I think I unbuckled too fast. Well, at least I didn't fly into the sun. Whoops. Kablooey! To the northeast this time. It's very strange that that doesn't stay the same. Why did I go in there? I'm going to go here. I'm going to warp. Unfortunately, it's going to take a few minutes for the sand to go from Ash to Ember. So meanwhile... I don't know. I don't quite right know. Gently now, and don't unbuckle before we landed. Nice and steady. You're probably not gonna get sucked up by the sand. What was I doing here? Right, teleporting to the Ember Twin. Oh, there are other teleporters somewhere. Well, there's the one in the White Hole station that goes back up to Brittle Hollow. That doesn't help. There's... a lot of warp receivers, which would be the strange baked goods looking ones. There's one on almost every planet. Yeah, those things. Them be the warp receivers. But as for warps out? No, not that I can remember. Can't really use the orbital cannons in that way because they just recall ships and then flung the ships out into space, straight where we're aiming. That also doesn't know. Nice. Hi, interloper. Hi, interloper. It's always nice to see you. Do I have the setting that stops time when you read or when you are in? Yes, I do. I turned that on fairly quickly because I wanted to be able to sit and read and try and digest and figure out what everything meant. Boom. Oh. Lost momentum there. Ooh. Well, let's see. You think any towers have deigned to show themselves yet? Should probably go back to my ship and refuel first. That might be a problem. Hi, ship. You're not where you're supposed to be. He's an in-between now. Oh well. There's the sun station warp. I guess we could just warp back to the... No, because there's nothing we missed in the sun station. Or is there? No. Don't have time to stop. Dang it. Well, I guess I'm dead again. It was too slow. Too eager to go back to the sun station for some... Why would a warp core be on the sun station? That doesn't make any sense. The orbital cannons, which shuttles do they recall? Solanums? That shuttle. That's on Brittle Hollow. Did we do anything with the one on Ember Twin? And was there a third and a fourth cannon? The Brittle Hollow, Ember Twin. Very unsure if there's more? see the cannon. Come here. Oh no. Oh. I was worried we flew too close to the sun. Not today, son. Not this session. You're not going to eat me this time. Ooh. A little bit of a rough landing, but any landing you can walk away from is a successful landing. Whoop. Now, where was the control mechanism? Over there. Which way to recall stuff? That way. Which shuttle was this? So where's my way in? Clary. How can I land on this comet not long after its arrival in a star system? So Pipehook and Clary are the ones who went to the interloper. Pie and Poke went down. Ooh. You're so obsessed with this game, you know it by heart and remember every text line by line. That's kind of impressive, to be honest. It's a little bit like me and Suikoden 2 sounds like. Now, I don't remember everything line by line, but if you ask me right now, I probably wouldn't remember much, but just put me in front of the game with the controller in my hand, and the knowledge just flows. Or just, you know, watch someone play it. That also works. So Pie and Poke are on the interloper. It has been quite a while. I do remember getting inside to the core. I guess we pay the interloper a visit. Because Poke is the one who created the warp core. Yes, still hung up on the warp core. Problem is, I've always had trouble trying to find my way into the gosh darn core. Hello, interloper. Ooh, that's where... was it on the first or the second trip near the sun where the ice melted enough for me to get down? Come back, please. I just want to land on you. Make a complete fool out of myself when I don't find the fissure in the ice that goes down. Okay, a little bit too much speed. Too much speed, too much speed, too much speed. Still too much speed. Oh, here we go now. Oop. Semi-successful landing. I always want to say it was here somewhere. I can never remember. Because if we go this way, yeah, we just ice skate, and then we usually found their shuttle among those places, but the shuttle is now on Ember Twin. And I think it has to do one more turn against the sun, so it melts a little bit more ice. Maybe. Ice skating on a comet. It's not that way. Because that's where the tail is. There's a white hole. Yes. The remains of Brittle Hollow. Yeah, just skating around, having some fun. While I wait for more ice to melt. I think is what I need to do. Down there somewhere. Sorry. We are quite far away from the sun. Can we... Guess we wait. That looked weird. Doo -doo. No, come closer to each other. Don't move away. Well, that should be close enough to melt some ice. I think it kind of maybe was, but... Ooh! Ah! Not quite as planned. It's fine. Stupid sun. Whoop. You're saying it wasn't. So it isn't here. The fissure isn't here? Ugh. Then where be the fissure to take me into the core? Not down here, that's for sure. This is all just constantly frozen. This is where they were. This is where their ship were. That's where the ship was. I know there's holes somewhere to get into the middle. I've been there before. I can never find them. I only ever stumble upon them by pure freaking luck. Well, let's not do that again. Was that somewhere in those cracks? I kind of want to say it's somewhere in the cracks. Wait, it's been 3 hours? Oh, damn, it's been 3 hours. Even though I made very little progress, it doesn't feel like 3 hours. Yeah, I'm just jumping around, being kinda stupid. Well, that's also fun. Sometimes. I cannot find me these cracks though. And the sun is soon gonna go boom. This is a very special game. I guess it does help that it's a space game and Do love me some space. Not too realistic, mind you. I've played Kerbal Space Program. I have come to the conclusion that I am definitely not a rocket scientist. I don't think I ever made it even to the moon. I did have some spectacular explosions though. Now here, I haven't really had spectacular explosions, but I have had very close encounters with the sun quite a few times. Does that really matter? No. Hey, I just want to get in here. Now that I know it's Poke who was here, maybe I missed something. Why will you not let me come in again? Oh. You keep coming back to these cracks. The ice is supposed to melt completely and just reveal the hole to go down. But I feel like too much time has passed. I should have been able to go down by now. Yep, the sun is very red giant. Is it because I recalled the shuttle? No, that shouldn't have any bearing on it. If I can only find it, then I can kinda try and remember exactly where it is. It's not on the North Pole. Ooh, boy. I think we're... Yeah, we lost it. Bye, interloper. Hey, my ship also got dislodged. Okay. Well. Get anything else we can listen to? Church is fine and all, but... Give me some... What was your name? What was your name? Ryback? Rebeck? Yes. Give me some of that banjo. Please get swept into the sun. Of course, when I want to go into the sun, I miss. Oh, they're all so close to lining up together. All but one. So close, but yet so far. Who's that outlier? Who is the last one? Chert! Of course, Chert. So if I want to try and make everyone line up, maybe I just need to do that in space. Not from any planet, but maybe just find a good place in space. That's a question for another time. You've done a lot of research on space. Outer Wilds isn't perfectly accurate, but it's by far the most realistic and accurate space game ever. Video game wise, considering how far you can get into space of the games I've played, yeah, I can agree to that. I mean, Kerbal Space Program, like I said, is mostly about building rockets. Stellaris is just taking over the galaxy and, you know, building your own empire in space. What's fun about that is that he does have a lot of... Or it used to, I think. You could just go to stars and read a little bit about them. A lot, of course, a lot of made-up things as well. Most of the space games I played are very, very science fiction. This one hits a nice medium. At the very least. You know, the only real lead I have, which probably isn't a lead at all, what a nice and yellow star we have. Or orange. Is the interloper. And once we leave the atmosphere, orange. Where are you, interloper, sir? Well, I think we might be kind of falling into Timber Hearth. Let's not do that. I guess we are towards the sun. It's probably on the other side. Mayhap not? But then again, that also feels weird. And now the Quantum Moon is at Timber Hearth. Trying to get onto the interloper to go into the core, doing the whole choose the correct path or die immediately thing. Get down to someone's corpse. I don't even remember whose corpse was down there. There's the interloper. Then, if there is a warp core there, get the warp core, get back to the vessel in time. First of all, I need to find the freaking fissures. I can't even do that. Don't you accelerate into the sun now. I think he's accelerating into the sun. Turn hard. Sharp left turn. Also, way too much speed. Because I'm not imagining that right. Right, okay, that was a weird melodical way to say that sentence. I'm not imagining that, right? The ice actually melts and reveals the way into the interloper. Is what I remember. Could just be remembering completely wrong. Because I want to say it's in the stony area. Maybe not exactly here, but where else would it be? I can get back in there. And struggle I do. Struggle I do. Just medium height. So we don't completely leave the gravity well of the little asteroid. 0.4, yeah. Seems about right. Time to refuel. There we go. Just a little bit. Where are we in relation to the sun? We are moving towards the sun. That is good. That is what we want. It won't help none, because it didn't help anything last time. How about we just move the ship just a teeniest of tiniest of bits? I don't really like this positioning. How about maybe we put the ship closer to the big ice patch? Yes. Like say down here. Yes. No ice skating now, ship. I'm the one doing the ice skating here, not you. Well, there goes my ship. Whee! Nope. Don't do that. Do not. Slowly making our way. towards it. Here comes Gabbro. Oh, I so desperately want to hear what it sounds like when everyone is lined up. If that is even possible. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be. Currently, there's a lot of waiting in this game. Waiting for things to just line up so I can try and do something. I'd read the ship log, but actually, while we are there, while we're here, let time pass while reading the ship log. You're in my warp tower. Yes. Ah! I hear the ice melting. Or is that the ship? Oh, oh. The ice is withdrawing. Good. Oh. Leave me, son. Leave me, son. Good. Okay. So the ice has been melting. Let's see if we can find us them fissures now. Ah. Ah. It is here. And as we move away from the sun, the freaking thing ices over again. I see. That's why I haven't been able to find the fissures. Can we do another pass, or no, we're going away from the sun. Never mind then. So basically, get to the interloper fast as hell, land here, and just go down here. Because right now it's going to take maybe forever until we get to the sun again. And that's one mystery solved. No wonder I've had so much trouble finding the frickin' entrances. But hey, every time you learn something, not a waste of time. Immensely thick protective shell. It doesn't feel immensely thick considering how little is left of the ash twin once all the sand is gone. It feels very small actually. So basically what I should do is land here, never move, and just wait for the sun to come. Well, for the interloper to get close to the sun. had all but one there. Who's the one we're missing? Church. It's always church. Are we getting closer? I think we're getting closer. At this moment, I just wanna get in there, and I wanna see if if Poke actually has something on her or not, had something on her or not. And if so, I can endeavor to get there faster next time loop, and if not, well, then I don't have to worry or think about this. Come on, interloper. Fly a little bit closer to the sun, please. If it's not too much to ask. I do so envy people who can whistle like that. I cannot whistle. Used to be able to whistle, but I lost the ability to. Weirdly enough. Hello, Dark Bramble. Stay away. No, Chert, we don't want to listen to only you. Your instrument is kind of boring. It sounds absolutely perfectly fine together with others. But not alone. Hello, bro. I think... Oh. Also, I'm in space. I think that was a sun station that went boom. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice we left the interloper. Was that the giant steep pulling me off? Probably, because considering the heavy gravity. That's awesome. Well, I probably have a better chance of trying to get to my ship, but my ship is traveling away at not the speed of light. It's traveling away. How far away is Giant Steep? 10 kilometers? Yeah, we can do that. Question is, can we do it before our fuel and oxygen is depleted? Huh. No. But we can go into the sun. That's even better. The sun did get to swallow me, after all. Just not my ship. That's the second time, I think, now? We had a sun-related accident. Okay, interloper, quick, stand on the ice. Ice melts. We fall down into the core. We try and find Poke's corpse. And now the probe goes to the south. Stupid probe. It should check. Lift off, check. Too close for comfort, always check. Find interloper, not check. Oh, interloper found. I think and hope. Yes. Could have been the probe, but it wasn't. Maybe it's time to slow down. Maybe it's time to avoid a collision. Come on, interloper. Let me land on you. I need it. Preferably before you complete your first pass around the sun. Oop. Am I to bounce off? It's fine. See? Completely fine. Now for where the ice is. Not this way, but over here. No, just stand and wait. You have to go. It was a very chill stream. I do enjoyed having you here for a while. It's always nice to have someone to hang out with and talk to, and especially if they like the game. And thank you. I also hope I find my way to the Ash Twin project. If I need a little hint before you go, sure. At this point, I'll take a hint. If you don't mind. Trying not to sound too desperate. Ha! Let me in. Okay, we just need to go down here. Yeah, that way is death. So much death. Crystals always mean death. So this is less death? That is very death. Yeah, that is the path to go. Where did this end up then? Into death. 75% chance of death. Pick the right 25%. Focus on the warp towers. That's all you'll say. Okay. Warp towers. Thank you, and I hope you have a pleasant continuation of your evening. Well, it's evening for me, might not be for you. Good continuation of your day. Let's say that. But yes, warp towers, which means actual Ash Twin. I shall do that. After this little expedition. Oop. If I remember it right, I do not want to go down here. Yep, that's death. What I want is upstairs. Right, here's the... So right, left... Right, left? That's it? Just right, left? Right, left, left? I think down there is also very death. Yes. This way, not death. So are you pie or poke? You got crystals in you. This is poke. Right. No, so you're pie. Poke was upstairs. So even if the sun wouldn't kill us, this would. It would rapidly expand and then blanket the entire solar system in whatever that is. Probably has something to do with all the ghost matter. So you're Pope. So no, there was no warp core here. So we go into the ghost matter. Oh. Right, but a little bit of progress. Not as much as I would like, but a little bit. And now I have the hint of focusing on the warp towers, which means... And now the probe goes that way. Which means actual Ash Twin. Is there a warp tower there that I've tried? That does work? I don't know. I guess we have to... We'll figure out something. But I'm going to end this here right now because I'm getting really hungry and I need to go get something to eat. But as always, thank you very much for joining me on this trip through space where not much happened, but we had a good time anyway. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. But anyway, you take care of yourself. Spread a little bit of kindness out there. You know. And don't vote me as the president of the world, because that would just lead to sorrow. So ignore that I said that in the beginning. I mean, sure, we would get to space eventually, but at what cost? Too high a cost. Anywho, you take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.